Good morning, my creative friends. Dr. Minette Riordan here. This is Painting in Your PJs with Minette, where I'm live Monday to Thursday at 6:30 a.m. talking about life, love, and all things art, especially the interconnectedness of art and writing. I love combining those two things into a visual journaling process. And between now and the end of the year, I'm going to be sharing my end of year reflections journal. So last week, you can find in the recording of the live videos, I shared how I made a journal similar to this one, just using some recycled flat canvas boards that I had and painted some lovely sacred circle designs on them. And then I also showed creating this inner page here with one of my son Connor's gorgeous sacred circle designs from our Mindful Patterns membership, and finished off this page a little bit later, had some different ideas, but this is going to be my 2022 reflections journal. And between now and the end of the year, I'm going to be sharing with you my favorite journaling prompts for end of the year reflection. I had this idea that normally I spend, an hour, maybe two, going through all of the questions on my list, and that this year I wanted to take a little more time because it's been a doozy of a year so far. And what I love, my headphones are being kind of funky. You guys probably can't hear that, but just give me a second to look at what's going on here. They don't seem to want to connect this morning. And they're mostly just for me to kind of block out some of the background sound anyway, so I'm not sure that it matters. And maybe we'll just ignore those. But I realize that it's been a doozy of a year for me, and maybe it has been for you as well, and that you're looking for some deeper reflection. I think we started 2022 with a lot of hope and thinking that the world was changing and going back to normal, and what we discovered was everything was still topsy-turvy, and then my personal life was topsy-turvy. So the first question, and I'm going to start on these two blank pages on this particular spread. I'd like to bring something to stick underneath to just protect what's underneath. We're going to start with, what has 2022 been like? What has 2022 been like? And I'm starting with Sharpie because I think it makes it cool as I create this visual journaling page to have this layered effect. I'm going to paint over the top of this or collage over the top of this, and yet I might want some of that to come through, I might not, but I want to be able to know what's underneath there. And you'll see me over the days, I'll write with a lot of different things, but I thought for today I would start here. And some days I might even be doing the journaling ahead of time. But today's question, and I'm going to stick that in the chat as well, is what has 2022 been like for you? It's a big question, right? I think it's a really big question. So I'm just going to jot down some words. And whether you're watching the recording or joining me as I'm going along live this morning, I'd love to hear, how has 2022 been for you? And so at the beginning of the year, there was definitely some hope. There's also been some times of despair with the war in Ukraine, the overturning of Roe versus Wade. There's been a lot of movement in my life this year, right? We moved from California to Colorado. There's been a lot of delight exploring this amazing new place we live in. There's been a lot of uncertainty and need to plant new roots. Lately, there has been a lot of creative play and exploration. But if I had to put, one statement that really kind of captures exactly what this year has been like, I keep coming back to this idea of topsy-turvy. If I were to draw what that looked like there have been really high valleys and some pretty deep lows and some really awesome highs, right? It feels like I can visualize it as all the things have happened this year, and they haven't happened just to me, but things that have happened in my family, things that have happened in the world, and for a lot of us, oops, my hover cam, it's just going to be one of those mornings of technical, what is going on here? Technical things not working. So, all right, may take a couple of tries this morning to get all this going. So I'm gonna, let's see. How can I restart the hover cam? So bear with me for a second. It doesn't want to find my hover cam. All right, so this is going to be attempt number 3 to record this morning. So if you're watching live, I apologize, and I'm going to go see if I can figure out what's up with my hover cam, and I will be back in a few minutes.